y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yeah, it's been a little while. Well, it hasn't been that long, so y'all be alright. Ain't like anybody to. I'm like I care to. You know what? F all that. Anyway, first of all, Merry belated Christmas and Happy belated New Year, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all that good shit. So, we need to talk about some shit, y'all. First of all, before we get to that, let's get to the little petty stuff. First of all, let me introduce y'all to Xenon. Yes, my beautiful, glorious laptop. Yes, I love her to death. And my glorious webcam, because yes, it has a webcam, but yeah, I'm not really feeling the way the picture comes out. So, that's Xenon, blah, blah, blah. You met her? Wonderful. So, moving right along. I was watching this movie called Diary of a Tired Black Man, and I know some of you probably think, oh, did Madea make that? No, she didn't make it. It was by someone named, I believe, Tim Alexander, who, if I knew him, I would probably stalk his thought process. That's how good that movie was. And I'm not saying that because, you know, I'm black and I'm a man, or a male rather, but because instead of Medea's movie where, you know, it was a play and a movie where it was, you know, scripted, he went out to the streets. It was like a movie and a documentary. He went out to the streets and got various different people's opinions. Old, young, fat, skinny, big, tall, short, and everything in between. And just ask them simple questions like, what would you call, like, certain people, they came up with the term angry black woman syndrome, different things like that. I'm not gonna give away the whole movie, but it was really good because it showed like different personas and attitudes towards people that consider themselves to be independent, whether it be man or woman. It looked at the male perspective of how they get tired of having to come home and wanting to come home to like a peaceful household, but end up coming home to have to argue right after they get off work when they don't want to do that. And all these other movies show tired black women, how men are always cheating, doing this, doing that. But this movie kind of showed like when there's a good black man, instead of it always being about a good black woman, and it showed what women can do to disrupt that balance. And I appreciated the shit out that damn movie. But anyway, on to better topics. 2011. First of all, I'm gonna ask, but I know it's not gonna, you know, happen. Please, please, please stop saying it's 2011, it's a new year, it's a new me, and blah, blah, blah. No, it's new shit that you're gonna get yourself into. Same you. The only thing that changed between December 31st and January 1st is that one that wasn't on the year, now it's on the year. So, stop fucking saying everything's changed. You don't change overnight. Like, oh, December 31st, yeah, you doing this, you doing around, you fucking around, you doing this, you doing that. Then, January 1st, you all of a sudden a disciple. You one of the people that wrote the Ten Commandments. Are you Mary? Are you Isaac? Are you Jacob? Are you the fucking Billy Goat? No, you're not. You're still the same person doing the same shit. So for 2011, everybody wants to talk about, you know, New Year's resolutions and all this. I don't make New Year's resolutions. I make goals. Yes, there's a difference. My goals happen all throughout the year. One goal that I had set towards the end of the year, no, it's not because it's the new year. I set this goal way before the new year came to play. My goal for this year and all the years to come, one of them, to stay down the same path that I've been on for so long. We don't get to this college thing in a minute, but yes, everyone making a New Year's resolution like, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds by February. You're gonna do what? You're gonna lose 50 pounds by February. Really? So, do you have a gym membership? Have you been doing jumping jacks, push-ups? Have you been playing the video game and working out your fucking thumb? No, you haven't been having any type of exercise regimen, but you're gonna lose 50 pounds in 30 days. This is not the fucking Biggest Loser. You're not, maybe you should shoot for something more realistic. You know, maybe like 10 pounds by February. I'm not saying that everybody can't do what they set their mind to do, but 50 pounds in January, 30 days, 31 days. In 31 days, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I think I gotta blow my nose. But anyway, you need to set something more realistic. Now, I'm all for the people that when they do make these resolutions, I'm all for the people that set resolutions like, I'm gonna slow my intake of carbs, or not even to talk about diets. I'm going to try and change my attitude as the year goes on about certain things. I'm gonna try and become a negative person. When you say you're gonna try to, I like to hear that better than you're going to, and I know some people would disagree with that because in saying you're going to, therein lies confidence. It lies confidence, but if you're putting it towards something that may seem unrealistic to some, saying you're going to try to means that you're actually going to put in effort. You're not expecting for it to happen overnight. You're not expecting for it to happen in a couple of days. But over a period of time, you're going to try and get yourself together. You're going to try and change this thing that you dislike about yourself. That's why I like people who say, yes, for this year I'm going to try and such, not I'm going to lose 50 pounds by February. Yeah, okay, if you do, congratulations, all the power to you. But if you don't, oh, excuse me, pause. 5, 6, 7, 8, play. Yes, I practice what I preach. All the people that have sneezed and I've given hand sanitizer to, yeah, when I sneeze, I take some too. And I also smell it, because the alcohol could open up your passageways. Yeah, that's my theory, whether it's wrong or right. But anyway, back to what I was saying. For all the people in relationships that have this ego, whether you're gay, straight, bisexual, whether you're a man dating a man dating a woman, or you choosing to date both. I don't know your life story and I'm not gonna pry. Let go of your ego. Just let it go for a minute. I'm not saying let it go, period, because a little ego is healthy. But let it go for just a day or two. See if that don't work out some shit in your relationship. You having problems in your relationship, you feeling like you shouldn't have to do this, you feeling like she or he should have to do this, let go of your ego. That's all I say. 24 hours, let it go. See if that don't improve the quality of your fucking relationship. You ain't having sex because she mad at you all the time or he mad at you all the time. Drop that ego. See if you're not getting good dick or good pussy later on that night. Because you took the time to look outside of yourself. Take all that ego shit and sit it over here. And then you took the time to look at everything. Like, well, if I didn't have this huge ego, maybe I could have sex every night. But no. Seriously though, without that ego, you get to see a lot of things. You get to see how what you do affects someone else. Instead of that ego, yes, you should do this and I'm not going to do that. How about you do it and see how long it takes you? Pick up your dirty underwear off the fucking floor. Do a dish. Do the dishes for a couple of days. See if that don't please who you're with. Maybe they get tired and want to come home and, sit down and relax. Do something nice instead of having that fucking ego. Now, I'm not saying you're supposed to lose it and be the most submissive person. No. I'm saying, in a sense, look outside of yourself. Stop trying to focus on what you will and won't do. If you're in a relationship, one of the words that comes to mind when I think about relationship is compromise. You wash, I'll dry. You wash, I'll fold. Yes, I was talking about dishes and clothes. You clean, I'll vacuum. You dust, I'll wipe. Compromise. One hand scratches the other. And now I'm not talking about that 50-50 bullshit, because that means you only bringing half to the table. I'm talking about 100-100. Your 100% plus her or his 100%, bring that shit, sit it on the table, and go at it. Don't be making it a power struggle. Don't do that. For all the people that, and I never quite understood this, for all the people that have an issue when their spouse is making more money, preferably if it's a man and woman relationship, the woman making more money than the man and the man want to get upset. No. It's unfortunate that you're not making as much money as her, but it shouldn't be no power struggle like, oh, okay, so you make more money than me, so we can't do this because you're making more money. No, that's not cute, that's not hot, that's not any of the above. Because she's making more money than you, fine, whatever. Is your household, is everything still getting taken care of? Bills still being paid? Y'all still living safely? And no, I'm not saying that you're using her. If you got enough money to pay a bill and still have enough to take her on a nice, date that doesn't consist of dollar menus or order numbers, then you're doing some shit. You may not be financially where she's at, and that's fine. It's not nothing. Financial status shouldn't affect nobody's relationship. I've seen couples before, older couples, man not making no money, woman making all the money. They in love. When I say they in love, love. Like, I can't even explain it. They in fucking love. They fucking all the time. Know this. You can feel the tension in the air. They fucking. That's love. Well, no, it's not love, but that's a small part of it. But what the point I'm trying to make is, they're in love, and they don't let their financial status affect them. She supports him in trying to find a job and trying to find work. And he supports her, but I don't know, when she's at work, he'll take care of the child, or he'll take care of the household. When she comes home, maybe dinner's ready. Maybe all the dishes are done, and she could just sit back. Maybe he ordered out and tried to make it seem like it was dinner, because some people can't cook. But I'm just saying, financial status shouldn't affect no relationship. Moving right along. I'm not sure if I covered everything, but I'm kind of all over the place mentally right now. So, another thing. For those of you that, are in a relationship, the relationship just starting out, and you haven't heard from this person, like you used to this person texting you or calling you all the time, then the text messaging and calling stops slowing down. Stop being that person. Oh, I wonder how long this gonna take for you realize that I'm mad at him. Stop being that person. Are you upset because the communication is starting to lessen? Are you mad because you're not getting the text message to your cellular device like you used to? Are you upset? Who mad? Are you mad? Oh, you mad, huh? If you're mad or you're upset or you disagree with something, why don't you stop keeping it just in here and let it come out of here? Tell him or her. Not, bitch, why you ain't texting me? I texted your ass a couple of hours ago and you ain't respond. None of that shit. No. Sit down. Call him. Whatever. Look, I've realized that, our communication has lessened, and I'm kind of uncomfortable about that. And I wanted to know, was there something going on your end? Or was it something that just happened, or what's going on? Because I don't want, if this is something important enough, then you will sit down and have this conversation. You tell them, look, I don't want nothing to happen to us. Not you sitting up here trying to beg. No, that's called keeping a fucking relationship. Everybody out here trying to act like they too good, or they not gonna let their pride allow them to ask a question or try and save their relationship. How about you sit there over there with your ego, let the pride and the ego, let them congregate right over here, and how about you do what's best for you? You like this man or you like this woman, and something isn't right, stop being that person to sit back and act like you just gonna sit back and not talk about it, and you're gonna see how far it goes or how long it takes for that person to realize you're mad at them. People can't fucking read minds. I mean, from time to time you can tell when somebody's upset, but 9 times out of 10 you won't be 100% accurate with every prediction you make. So instead of, expecting another person to read your mind, how about you just verbally tell them? Like, look, it's not, I'm feeling some type of way, and I want to sit down and talk to you about this because I don't want nothing to jeopardize this good thing that we got. But if it's something fucked up, well then you on your own, because I'm not going to advise on no effed up relationship, because quite frankly, you shouldn't have been in a relationship in the first place. Next. For those women, those men, I'm not going to gender discriminate. For those women, men, whoever, trannies, intersex, I don't really care what you are. For those of you that, like to pick on your spouse, and when I say pick on your spouse, how you can get under their skin, stop that shit. That ain't cute. You starting little petty arguments. Only way, let me tell you, the only way doing that is good is if the makeup sex is great. That's it. If you're not getting good makeup sex after that, fuck it. Secondly, if it's not helping the quality of your relationship the next day, which I highly doubt a petty argument will, then stop that shit. It ain't cute. Next. Who else? This one I can apply to myself. For those people, I need to sit back. For those people that have been in relationships and you go not necessarily through one relationship to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. But I mean, even if you are that person, if you've been in a set of relationships and they've all worked out badly, and you know how people always tell you, well, maybe you should look at the common denominator of all your fucked up relationships. Who is it? You? I respectfully disagree. You could have just been in some fucked up shit. It doesn't always have to be your fault. No, I'm not saying that it's always not your fault, but there's no always is and always isn't. Variable change. Everyone needs to account for variable change. If there's some fucked up shit going on, that doesn't mean that you did it. That doesn't necessarily mean the other person did it. It could have just been a fucked up situation as a whole, and you just didn't know how to bounce back from it, so you felt like it was just best to end it. But the point I'm trying to make, if you've been in a relationship, you done dated this person, and this person, and none of them have worked out, whether it be this person doing something or whether it's you doing something, or it's just, like I said, the situation as a whole. And when you get to the point where you say you can't trust no other person. If you're a straight man, you can't trust no other woman. If you're a gay man, you can't trust no other man. And the same thing applies to females, lesbians, all that. If you get to the point where you hate the species that you're attracted to, men hating females and all this other stuff, then you know what's best for you? This is my own personal opinion. What's best for you is to sit down, think about it, figure out what the fuck went on. If you were steadily cheating in all your relationships, then fuck you, because you don't deserve no good relationship no way. You're making it hard for the rest of us. But if relationships just, you didn't have bad luck, I guess, and over this period of time when none of this shit worked out. Some of it could have been real quick relationships. Other ones could have been something you invested time in, and it just didn't work out. Sit down. Don't look at the fucking common denominator, because that's irrelevant. Look at all the situations. Analyze it. Now, when I say do this, I'm actually saying take time out for yourself. When you get to the point where you verbally say you hate the species you're attracted to, then it's time for you to take time out away from dealing with that species intimately on a relationship level. Maybe you could get some more friends in that category, fine. And maybe they'll open your mind up to other ways of thinking that weren't your own. But if shit is not working out for you and you're feeling some type of way, then you need to take time out for yourself. And I'm going to apply this to myself. I said I was going to consider getting personal. I'm going to get a little personal for me. 2010, I dated, I'm not going to give you the fucking names. You're not that good. I dated 2009, I dated, I believe, 3 people over the course of that year. All that, it just did not work out. And it wasn't because I was cheating. Now, I don't believe the cheating relationships happened there either. It was just the situation as a whole. Like, of course, mistakes were made on their part and some mistakes were made on my part. That's natural in any relationship. Mistakes are bound to happen, so you can grow from it. But that wasn't, I guess, the growing kind of mistake. So we came to an agreement and felt like we just needed to be apart. Some of the shit that happened was really, really bogus and some shit you just don't do. That part I'm not going to talk about right now because that's irrelevant to this story. 2009, I got to the point where I was just like, you know what, I'm tired of dating. Like, I'm tired of wasting my time and getting invested in something when it's just going to be fucked up. And that was my mindset. And I know people are probably sitting out there thinking, yeah, it's not all of them, it's just the ones you've been messing with. I know that. I understand that it's only the ones that I took an interest in and not the ones that I, spent my time with. That doesn't apply to everyone. And I wish everyone else would learn that. When you say niggas ain't shit, or bitches ain't shit, or this ain't shit, no, it's the bitches and niggas you've been fucking with. Anyway, after 2009, I was like, you know what? I'm taking this time out for my fucking self. I'm gonna do me for 2010. For 2010, I had graduation, prom, college, all of that. So I'm not gonna allow anything to fuck my shit up. I'm just not. And I'm not saying that it's going to, but I'm not gonna run that risk because that's not a risk I wanted to take because this was a crucial point in my life. So 2010, I did my motherfucking self. Other than a 2-week mistake, like I dated somebody, well, I was talking to somebody for 8 months and then we dated for like 2 weeks and it just didn't work out. It was some personality differences and it was a mistake. And I'm not saying that person was a mistake and I regret that person. No, I don't. The mistake was the fact that I wasted my time. It's not like, if I could go back, I would have had it the same way because I like to learn from experience. And that was an experience to learn. Now the shit that happened after that, I feel was a little fucked up. But we'll cover that on the next video. Where are we at on time? Damn, 20 minutes, y'all. Good thing they expanded my account so I can go over 15 minutes. But I'm gonna wrap this up because I know y'all getting tired of me talking. But, what was I saying? Oh, the 2-week thing. Other than that, I stayed single all of 2010. Just because I was talking to somebody, that don't mean we was exclusive and all of that. I mean, after a certain point in the talking to phase, yeah, we did get exclusive. But, the point I'm trying to make, other than that, I wasn't focused on nobody. He came out the blue. So I just tried to be open-minded and see what was going to go on. And we've established some form of a friendship, I guess. It's really complicated. It's really complicated. But in other words, that was a learning experience. But other than that, I took time out to do me. And over the course of that time that I was doing me, gained some friends, lost some friends, found out the truth about some people, and a whole bunch of other things. I learned a lot of things because instead of focusing on that, I focused on my life, getting my mental state together, getting my physical state together, definitely getting my academic state together because, college, graduation, yes, I was on my shit. So, I took time out for me. And if I hadn't done that, I don't know where I'd be at mentally. I'm content, like I'm complacent where I'm at. I've learned so much over the course of 2010. I'm gonna be like, oh, well, 2011, I'm gonna change this. No, I learned so much stuff over the course of 2010, all because I took time for myself. Outside of relationships, outside of egos and pride, all of that, well, I don't really have an issue with ego and pride, but outside of everything, I looked at my life as a whole. I focused on me, and I focused on a lot of my friends, making sure they were okay. I focused on things that I need to get done in my life. When you take that time out to focus on yourself, that's the most healthiest shit you can do. When you steady focused on somebody else, yeah, fine, your relationship good, it's working out great. But when other things in your life start to fucking lack because you're focused too much on this person and not on yourself, then it's time to rearrange your priorities. It's time to realize, well, if we're going to continue this, I need to put more attention on myself as well as you and work some shit out. But for me, it was healthy for me to just do me. And that's when I say do me, I mean like literally I wasn't focused on trying to date anybody. I wasn't looking for anybody to date. I was just focused on myself, getting myself together. And that's the best shit I could have ever did. Now speaking of school, we're going to wrap this up because I'm kind of at 24 minutes. This is turning into like a series, like a television series. But anyway, quick update. I made it through my first semester of college perfectly. 4.0 GPA. It was getting rough. I didn't think I was going to make it through that shit, but I fucking made it. 4.0 GPA out of a 4.0 scale. That means I got an A. That means I got an A+. All of that. So, I did what I had to do. I turned my negatives into positives. I talked to my teachers. I did the work. I studied. I worked my ass off for that 4.0 GPA. And I know a couple of y'all saying, it's just your first semester of college. Fuck that. You start right, you got the potential of ending right. That's what I believe, and that's what I'm going to stick with. So, with that being said, I think I'm done. I'll probably come back with another video or so sometime soon. But yes, I felt the need that I needed to discuss some shit. So, with that, peace, love, and hand sanitize.